Then one day, all foreign Jews were expelled from Sigith, and Moishe the Beadle was a foreigner. So suddenly, while everything's going so nice, so perfect, one day, all the Jews that were foreign, like who were not actually born and bred in Sigith, were removed, were exiled. And I really like this. Why? Because that's exactly what this Kabbalistic faith was teaching them. Like, oh, the Jews get exiled by their own people. And in the same way, even now in Sigith, they exiled Moishe and everyone else who had these things. Yes, Zunaira, you want to say something?
Ma'am, I'm not understanding what does foreign Jews mean.
Foreign Jews mean that if you are if you were not born in Sigith, like you would be a foreigner, Zunaira, if you were born in America and you came to live in Pakistan. So I'll call you a foreigner because you don't belong to Pakistan. You don't have a Pakistani nationality. So you're a foreigner, no matter how you look, no matter even if you're Muslim, it doesn't matter. You are a foreigner, so you can be removed, right? You can remove because we can remove you because you're not a Pakistani, so you need to leave.
Not born in Pakistan.
Yeah, he was a foreigner, meaning he's a Jew, but he doesn't live in that place and he doesn't have that sort of nationality. So then he was crammed into cattle cars by the Hungarian police. They cried silently. So they put into all these foreign Jews are put into these cow vans where cattle would, and they're crammed into them and they're crying silently. Standing on the station platform, we too were crying.
That means they're in Hungary.
Yeah, the train disappeared over the horizon. All that was left was thick, dirty smoke. Behind me, somebody was sighing. What do you expect? That's war. Now, see, this is how the war started. So, remember how I was telling you there were like little phases. First, they kind of sent them to the ghettos. Then they sent them to they sent the Jews to the ghettos, and they sent them to the concentration camps. Then in fact, first they made them wear badges. Okay, they made them wear the Star of David so that we know that you're a Jew. And whenever we see you on the street, we're just gonna steer away. Then they kind of told them that go put these badges on your houses also. So they need to be on outside. Exactly. Then they said, no, now I'm sorry, we need to do an exodus. We need to do a slight cleaning up. So we are going to send you away from your house and we're going to send you in these ghettos. Then they send them to the concentration camps. And then there are a few other steps that they took after the concentration camps, which is also known as the final solution. Now, however, the point here is that... Yes?
What's the final solution?
We'll come to that. But the main thing is that one of the earliest steps into this, staged work is that they said that we will just get rid of first the foreign Jews. Let's just first start with getting rid of the foreign Jews. Then we get rid of the actual Jews who live there. So the step by step, we have to go slowly. So anyway, someone was like, there's a war. What do you expect? The deportees were quickly forgotten. The deportees are these people who were deported, who were removed from the country, right? Like Moishe. And they forgot about them. A few days after they left, it was rumored that they were in Galicia working and even that they were content with their fate. Okay, so now obviously once or twice people must have asked, where did Moishe go? Where did all his clan go? So then they're like, oh, they went to Galicia. I don't know where that is. But I guess we can see this since it will make our understanding much better. So you can see it's kind of here and here. Okay, so Moishe and all the other people they're saying have gone there and they're very happy with their life. So obviously now there are going to be rumors like that. They're happy with their life. Days went by, then weeks and months, life was normal again. Perfect, things have kind of stabilized. A calm, reassuring wind blew through our homes. Shopkeepers were doing good business. The students lived among their books. The children played in the streets. Can life get any better? No, things were perfect. One day, as I was about to enter the synagogue, which is their kind of mosque, right? The Jewish mosque, I saw Moishe the Beadle sitting on a bench near the entrance. He told me what had happened to him and his companions. Okay, so now first, we're getting a lot of rumors that everyone's happy, they were happy. But suddenly Moishe is right there and we're going to learn what he is going to tell us about what actually happened. We were at this part where this Moishe, who's the Beadle, who's kind of church member. He's part of the church because Beadles are to do with the church. Okay, so there's some officers of the church, they're religious people. So he had been deported, or he had suddenly been thrown out from the place that they're living in, and suddenly, out of nowhere, he's back. And he is telling the true tale of actually what happened, because they had like faked a lot of stories. Like if you read the part before this, they had spoken about, the deportees were quickly forgotten. We forgot about them. And in fact, there were rumors that they were in Galicia and they were content with their fate, meaning they were really happy with what had happened to them, which is not true at all, which is not true at all. And yet that is what they're saying. So let's see what happened. When Moishe came, he actually told the truth. So he told me what happened to him and to his companions. So the one thing that happened was that they were taken to the Hungarian border. And once they were in Polish territory, the Gestapo, we discussed this. The Gestapo is that secret police of the Nazi party. Stopped them. Told all of them, out, get onto these trucks. These trucks are waiting. The trucks are waiting. So then what happened is, as they wait, trucks are waiting, and the trucks headed toward a forest where everybody was told ordered to get off. Now look at the double use of the word ordered, like 2 times ordered, which I feel like is clearly showing, because you know how they say don't repeat words within a small piece of writing, but the author has specifically repeated ordered because he just wants you to know that they were very one tracked. They were not changing in the way they were approaching them or reacting to them or talking with them, and they were being very hostile. So they are told ordered to get off and onto these trucks, then ordered to get out. Then they had to dig huge trenches, and they didn't have to, but they were forced, meaning they had to have. When they finished, the men from the Gestapo began their work. Okay, so what is the Jewish people's work? Dig the trench, and I'll explain to you what a trench is. And then it's very important to mention that the author has mentioned this thing, meaning Moishe tells to this child, Eli, that listen to me without any passion or haste. Haste means without even being fast about it, meaning they took their sweet time about it. Okay, they took their sweet time about it, and they have no remorse, no pain, no passion, no feeling whatsoever. What did they do? They shot their prisoners, who were forced to approach the trench one by one and offer their necks. Infants were tossed into the air and used as targets for the machine guns. Okay, now I want to show you what is a trench. Okay, so let's get to that. That what on earth is a trench?
Means a trench is like a very deep and very long hole.
You're very right. So Hubeb knows all about it, but let's do it for the others. Okay, so here's a trench like this. Now, firstly, it's kind of like a grave sort of thing. When you have a grave, you would make a trench. You would dig a trench to put a body in, a coffin inside. So the irony is that they are like forcing them that you dig your own graves. Okay, so they forced the Jewish people, who, by the way, didn't know what's happening, have dug this trench. So first they make them dig it. Then they say, excuse me, put your necks here. Let me show you. Put your neck here and offer your neck so that we can kill you, so that we can just throw you here, throw you inside. It's made their life very easy. And they aren't even they aren't even going about it in a fast manner, in a quick and speedy manner, which then makes me to think, which leads me to think that if it's happening so slowly, okay, it's happening really slowly, that okay, it happens to one person, that person is then like maybe with kicked into the trench. Now the second person and the third person realizes that this is their fate, that this is what's going to happen, and they're going about it in their sweet manner. Okay, taking their sweet time about it. So how might the rest of them be reacting? Like, if I don't know what's about to happen to me, I can still be oblivious and ignorant and perhaps even at peace with things. I could be a little confused, but I'm not panicked. And over here, they panicked them, and they're like, yeah, you will be next, or maybe it's you, or maybe it's you. Like, and you can imagine that they're hysterically screaming, and shouting and crying that, oh my God, is it going to be us next? Now, here's another thing that they did, which I just told you, which was just written. Okay, that they said that the infants were tossed into the air as targets, like the babies. Now, how terrible can it be? So, like, let's say this is the machine gun. Okay, so they like toss it so that the machine gun can hit the infant. So the infant is not even like put into is not even told that stand like okay, thrown on the ground, throw the infant on the ground and then like kill him and then shove him into the trench. No, they from a like height throw them, fire, so that the infant like goes all the way and catapults and then like plunges to cracking skull and all sorts of things when
Very
it
brutal.
yeah when the infant is going to fall into the trench. So it is terrible, and I want you to really feel this terror, because only if we feel the terror and if we feel the brutality like Hubeb has clearly felt it, you will understand that what a dark time this was and why it is so important in our history to know about this. So anyway, this took place in the Galician forest near Colomé or whatever this place is. So remember they were saying that the Galician forest, they're in Galicia. This was the rumor. They're in Galicia, but they're happy with their fate. So half of that was only true. What was the half that was true? That they were in Galicia. And the part that was not true was the fact that they are not happy. They are just not even, they don't even have a fate. So anyway, now the question becomes, how did Moishe the Beadle escape? He says by a miracle, because he got wounded. Like, you know how they kind of like that part that I'm telling you about, where, think about it, they're taking a long time to kill everyone. Okay, there's no haste, they're not being hasty. So people are obviously going to try and save their life and run and scream and try to like get away and survive. So in that moment when they're doing that, you have Moish, who kind of is caught up in that whole little struggle or that riot that breaks loose. And now, of course, to curtail and to contain them so that none of the Jews run away, the like soldiers and the Gestapo might be just doing some blank rounds or some random rounds of gunfire. And when they do that, that's when it hits his leg and they think he's dead, and he played for dead also. Okay, you know what they say, like if you have a if you come in contact with a bear, like let's say you're in the wilderness and there's a bear or whatever, so you need to, a good idea is just play dead, just lie down rather than running and trying to save your life. Bears specifically, they kind of leave you alone if they think you're dead.
They'll
So
just
just
leave you
play
alone
dead.
because they wanted to kill you, but they won't now because you're already dead.
Exactly. And they don't like to eat dead meat. They like to eat meat
They're
that
not
they kill.
scavengers, they're carnivores.
Yeah, they want to kill the meat themselves and then eat it because that's like
Because
fresh.
that is called fresh meat. Because scavengers, they eat dead meat or dead plants.
Exactly.